I want you to imagine a woman in her 60s, recently retired, travelling around India. Unfortunately, whilst climbing the stairs at the Taj Mahal, she trips and falls and breaks her hip. She's taken to a nearby hospital where she undergoes an operation to fix the fracture before being transferred to a hospital in Sydney. Within a few days of her transfer, she becomes unwell with fevers. The doctors commence standard treatment for a suspected infection. However, the infection in her blood, originating from her surgical site, is a superbug. They change to a toxic, last resort antibiotic. Luckily, it works though, and she recovers. But a few days later, a young man on the same ward becomes sick, infected with the same superbug. However, he recently underwent a kidney transplant, so despite receiving the same antibiotic, he becomes sicker and sadly dies. Whilst you might think this is a far-fetched story, this is already a reality at hospitals in Australia. Antibiotic resistance is one of the biggest threats facing our health. But simply addressing the issue as a medical problem fails to realise that it is in fact also a social problem. Antibiotic use is shaped by the social, cultural, political and economic contexts where they are being used, by things like the relationship between patients and doctors, or the differences in how a healthcare system is structured or funded. To date, research focusing on the social aspects of antibiotics has tended to only focus on developed countries. Nowhere in the world is the reality and effects of antibiotic resistance more obvious than in India, yet research in the country is limited. My thesis aims to help address this imbalance. To do this, I conducted 100 interviews and observation with doctors, medical professionals, pharmacists and community members in Hyderabad, India. My results focus on the participants' accounts of labour risks and hazardous work, inequitable access to sanitation and healthcare, and ineffective governance. Then, drawing on a range of social theories, I've been able to explore how these facts have shaped antibiotic use in India. Hopefully then, knowledge of these social dynamics can be used to inform programs that aim to improve antibiotic use in India, that's tailored to the context, rather than pan-national approaches which do little to accommodate the social and cultural. Hopefully then, we can halt the rapid escalation of antibiotic resistance and prevent more people dying from superbugs. Thank you.